Greetings my people, welcome back to the YouTube channel, Lynette Solar Travels. It's a very beautiful day. I hope everyone is doing great. I'm doing fine too in my farm. Our daily routine, just taking care of my birds, preparing their feet, the right feet that they are supposed to feed on. This is the chick mash. Still, my young ones are still feeding on the chick mats. And today's main discussion, guys, I'm gonna discuss or I'm gonna share with someone who is interested to start this poultry farming the truth about poultry farming that majority or farmers having very big farm will not share with you. I'm gonna share the truth about this. You must know before you start poultry farming. I told you in this my channel, I'd rather tell you the truth, the bitter truth, so that before you make a decision to start this kind of project, you are aware of what might come your way. So to begin with, I just want to tell you that starting this kind of project, guys, it's a very expensive venture. It is a very expensive venture. Before you start it, you have to be prepared financially, psychologically, and physically. You have to be there physically. For example, if you want to start with 300 birds, guys. If you want to start with 300 birds, what I'm showing you here is just the components of the feeds that I'm buying. I have to know the components of what my birds are eating. So if you want to start, let's say you're gonna start with 200 birds, 100 birds or 300 birds. It depends with your financial status. It's very expensive. Yeah, you can find that the capital that you might need can go up to 500,000 Kenyan shillings. That one if you want to start even, let's say, roughly 300 birds, because you need a structure, a proper structure. You need feeders, drinkers, feeds itself, it's very expensive. You need the medicine, they need to be medicated, whether you want to do the ordinary birds or the improved ones. So we have to be careful before we start this kind of venture. That is the truth. No one will tell you. It's very expensive. And another one, this poultry farming, it comes with very many poultry diseases, so you have to be prepared, guys. That is the biggest challenge that is hindering us doing poultry farming, because some diseases are just notorious. Some comes in a I don't know how I can explain. Some comes as if your bird needs an emergency. You see, if you can't protect them or prevent this before, you might end up losing all your birds, and that one can be a great loss. Another thing you need is biosecurity, guys. Even you are yourself as the owner of the farm, just make sure you disinfect your feet before entering into this farm. Yes, because birds are always very delicate. More so the young ones you are seeing here, we want to feed right now. They are very delicate. So make sure the entrance point is just one, even if there are two, but there is that disinfectant that everyone that access the farm disinfect their feet. Not every Tom, Dick and Harry can access the farm. And if you are doing the local birds or the improved birds, make sure you follow the vaccination calendar, guys. No one will tell you this. If you don't follow it to the letter, you will end up losing your bird, not knowing the cause. At At the age of 3 months, 4 months, you might end up losing your birds. And you've spent a lot of money. It's a great loss that can happen to you. And you as the owner, you must be present into this farm. If you are busy, if you are a busy person, maybe you are employed, you can't make it to your farm 24/7, Monday to Sunday, the whole 7 days in a week, then don't just start it now. You must be present in your farm, because workers will always mess you up. I can't say I've been clashing with my workers, but they won't do the right thing if you are not there. You have to be there, you have to be present. Like, if you are too busy, just try 3 times in a week, be present. Because if it comes to, let's say, vaccination, you might end up getting that. If you have 300 birds, they will vaccinate 200, 100 will be left. They will lie to you, they have vaccinated. You'll end up losing your birds. If you're doing layers, guys, you'll end up, things will mess up into your farm. Just make sure you as the owner of your farm be present always. Another thing that the truth that no one will share with you is the feeds. Feeds are very expensive, guys, very expensive. I tell you this, but the way you're seeing them here happily jumping up and down, active, they are really eating at this age. And no shortcut. You can't go the shortcut way. You can't just start giving them maize. They need to be taken care of, the right feed. At this age, the way you are seeing them, they are still feeding on pure chick mash. Follow the right procedure. Feeds are very expensive. So if you are not prepared financially, don't just start it. Prepare yourself well, then do the right thing. Another thing is market, guys. Market. Do a thorough market research, because maybe you are a beginner, you are new in this, no one will share with you this. It might reach a point your birds are, so if you are doing broilers, in that case your birds has reached egg laying point, meat point, and no one is there to buy your birds because you are still new in the market. You are still new farmer, no one knows, or few people knows, and you have very many birds in your farm. They will eat, they will be wasting your feed. So do a thorough market research. Another truth that will really mess you up, or that can really mess you up, is rodents, guys. If I talk about rodents, I mean things like rats, the cats, the snakes, and the dogs. Yeah, you might be keeping a dog. You have your own dog. You don't know the time they can access into your farm. So if there is no biosecurity, guys, these will mess you up big time. Because even if you lose 2 birds, let's say you are keeping layers like me, I'm focusing on layers, and along the fence there are some gaps. A dog enters, a cat enters, a snake enters, and interfere with even 5 birds. It is a very big loss to the farm, a very big loss. So this project is not for the weak, guys. It is for the strong people, the diehards. Yeah, the risk takers, because you might start you might begin this kind of project. When it reaches a point, the disease get into the farm, you end up losing your birds, you be discouraged. You say, Lynette has been encouraging us to start this. I learned this from Lynette Solar Travels. Oh no, I don't want to discourage someone who is willing to start this, but you must be a risk taker. You must be strong. And you as a beginner, what should you do right? How can you do it right? Just make sure, if you are focusing on, let's say you are focusing on the local birds, you need to do herbal remedy, just make sure you stick to that. Herbal remedy, things like charcoal, things like banana leaves, the guava leaves, those are herbals that will cure your birds. I will share with you, I will just set a time, share with you all these herbal remedies that can help your birds. And another thing, you as a beginner, just make sure you vaccinate these birds. You can make things right in your farm. Another one, just make sure you feed your birds the right feed. Like 1 day old, you can't give them chick mash. You'll feed them on pellet, pure pellet, from 1 day old up to around 3 weeks. Then you introduce them to chick mash. Then after chick mash, if you are doing broilers, introduce them to growers. Then after, let's say after 4 months now, introduce them to layers mash. If you don't follow the right procedure, you will end up, your birds, let's say your birds are at 20 weeks, if you're focusing on layers, and still they are not laying, because you didn't follow the right procedure dealing with the feeds. Feed them the right feed. As a beginner, knowledge is always power. Work on your biosecurity in your farm. Protect these young chicks you are seeing here. More so the young ones, the way you are seeing them. If a rodent can get into this farm, let's say a cat, can mess you up big time. Work on your biosecurity. Make sure the house, the structure is well ventilated. Cleanliness, I'm preaching cleanliness on a daily basis. Cleanliness, hygiene, guys, hygiene. And make sure the room is spacious. If you are not doing free range, the room is spacious, like you can see they are jumping up and down. It's very spacious for them. They can do exercise. For those who are doing free rangers, you're good to go. Work on your biosecurity. Along the fence, make it tight. Chicken wire is always there. You can buy. You as a beginner, if maybe you are employed, you are doing this poultry farming thing as part-time, just make sure you set a time for your farm. If not, don't start this. Don't start this, because things will mess up. You want to do the right thing the way it is really needed. As a employer, you need to avail yourself. Don't just be too busy. Don't just be too busy. And doing all these things, guys, you will succeed. Whether you are a beginner, whether you are a farmer like me who has experience, these things applies to everyone, not only beginners. So let us make things right. If we want to expand our farm, let's do the right thing. And this is a pure truth that no one will share with you. Big farms won't tell you, they won't reveal this. But to me, I said I'm gonna share with you everything. I can't hide anything that I know. This, if I had, will affect a beginner, someone somewhere struggling. It might affect the farm. So I'd rather tell you the truth, not to discourage someone who wants to start this type of project, but at least to make you have knowledge. Knowledge is always power. It's good to be informed always, so that we do the right thing at the right time. Treat this as a pure business, that if you lose even one bird, will mess you. That if you lose even 5 trays of eggs, even five eggs will mess your business. When an employee runs with some trays of eggs, will really mess your farm. So do the right thing. Thank you so much, guys.